cannot believe I'm finally doing a Levi tutorial. So yes, this is going to be a tutorial on how to do Levi's makeup from Attack on Titan. I just love Levi's character. He's grumpy, he's germophobic, he never sleeps. He's just like me, but he's a lot cooler. I already made a video on how to conceal your eyebrows using glue. So you would need to follow the steps from that before starting the Levi makeup. And in that video, I already did my foundation because that is part of the process of covering up your brows. So enough of my rambling, I'm going to go ahead and get into the tutorial. So to start off, I am drawing on my eyebrows first, and I always use eyeshadow to do this, and I'm going to use Cosmetics Original Sin eyeshadow. I'm also going to use the eyeliner brush that came with the Cosmetics Life palette that this eyeshadow is from. I start by putting a really light mark with the eyeshadow where I want the brows to begin. I do this on both sides because I want to make sure that I'm happy with the brow placement before drawing on the brows. I draw these lines really slanted because I want to give off Levi's frustrated expression. Then I start dragging out the line and making it as straight as possible. I'm placing the line right below where my natural brow hairs are, but you can place it wherever you want. And I angled the line slightly upwards because Levi always looks so angry. Now, the most difficult part of doing this makeup, besides concealing the eyebrows, is free-handing on the eyebrows. Like, it is so difficult to get them the exact same angle. I don't know how people can shave their brows and draw them on every single day and look good, but next, I am drawing on the end of my eyebrows and curving it down very slightly. Then I am gradually building up my eyebrows to make them thicker, and I use very small brush strokes because I don't want to ruin the angle I created for the brows. And of course, I always make mistakes, so I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape to correct that. And the brush I'm using is the Morphe M225. Then I continue to add eyeshadow to thicken the brows, and I just go back and forth between the two brows until I'm pleased with the shape and they both look even. And to make sure my lines are really sharp, I'm taking concealer again on the Morphe M559 and making sure those brows are perfect. Now I'm using the other end of that double-ended brush from Cosmetics, and I'm applying the same black eyeshadow to make it look like I have furrowed brows. I'm taking my original BareMinerals foundation and using an Avon eyeshadow brush, I am applying this on top of the shadow I just applied. I'm doing this to blend it out and make it look like a natural shadow is being cast on my face from the furrowed brows. Then I'm doing a tiny little dot with the black shadow just to add to that angry look, and I'm blending that out with the same foundation. And finally, the brows are done. Oh my gosh, that took forever. Now I'm going to start on the eyeshadow, so I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion to prime my eyes. The first shadow I'm using is from this Benefit palette. I'm using the beige color, and of course it's focused on my face, not the eyeshadow, that's great. And I am using the brush that came with the palette, and I am applying it all over my eyelids. This is actually my favorite skin tone eyeshadow. I feel like it just goes on so smoothly and it makes blending on top of it so easy. Now I'm taking a break from the eyes and I'm going to start contouring using my Morphe M523 and my IT Cosmetics My Sculpted Face contouring palette. And I am using this middle left color. And I am just contouring my cheeks. Then I am taking this brush from Becca and using the same contour color, I am contouring my jawline. I really want my jawline to be defined, especially since Levi is a guy. I'm going to contour my nose using the same contour color on the Morphe M164. Levi has a really slender nose, so it's important for me to drastically decrease the size of my nose. I'm just going to slowly build up the product on my face to blend out later. Now I am bringing the contour up between the eyebrows I created and my eyes. Levi has very sunken eyes, so I have to add a lot of shadow to create the same illusion. And I am using my fingers to blend this out. I honestly love using my fingers for blending. Like, I know that's weird, but I always do it. Now I'm taking my BareMinerals foundation on the same Avon brush and putting it down the center of my nose, kind of like a highlight. I'm going to use the Morphe M321 to do even more contouring. I'm taking the darkest color from my contour palette and placing it between my eyebrow and eye, right on top of the lighter shade I placed earlier. I want to make this area really dark to emphasize Levi's sunken eye shape. And this is why it was so important to go ahead and prime the eyes before contouring, because I bring the contour all the way to the eye area. Using the Morphe 35K palette, I am taking this brown color on the Morphe M321 from earlier, and I am putting this in my crease. I'm being really careful not to connect this to the contour above my eye. I want there to be a gap between the crease color and the contour color. The reason I'm using this brush instead of a blending brush is because I really want to focus this color on the crease and not bring it up very high. Then I'm bringing some of the shadow slightly down onto the outer portion of the lid and flicking it out to create a cat eye shape. His eyes stretch really long horizontally, so this helps create that illusion. Now, using the Morphe B16, I am using the same color and I am really going to pack it into my crease. Using different brushes makes such a huge difference. Like, it looks 10 times darker than it did when I used it the first time on another brush. Now I'm taking this dark brown from the 35K palette and using the same brush to add this to the crease. I just want to deepen my crease even more. I'm taking this Mary Kay concealer brush and I'm using it to apply more Tarte Shape Tape. I am putting this concealer all over my lid to get rid of the fallout and just brighten the eyelid. To set the concealer, I'm taking the same brush and applying the Nude Benefit eyeshadow from earlier. I'm going back in with that B16 brush and applying the deep brown just to make sure my crease is still really dark. Now to do the eyeliner, I am taking the Morphe MB32 and using the same black eyeshadow that I used to draw on my eyebrows. I'm drawing a flicked out line to elongate my eyes. But unlike a regular cat eye, I am not flicking it up, I'm keeping it straight. For the lower lash line, I only line the outer half of my eye. And rather than following my natural eye shape, I draw a line that is straight and parallel to the line on top. It doesn't look parallel right now, but it does when you look straight forward. Then I draw an angled line connecting the top and bottom liner. And notice I'm leaving a big gap between the two where there is just bare skin, but I'm going to leave that blank for now and fill that in later. Now I'm taking this silver Mally eyeliner and I am putting that in the blank space I left between my lower lash line and my black eyeliner. This is such an important step in this process. By doing this, it makes my eyes look a lot longer like Levi's. I feel like using a white eyeliner to do this would be a little bit too intense, and the silver just brings a nice highlight to your eye area. I'm also putting this liner in my waterline, and I'm using it to highlight in my inner corner. Then I'm also going to take this and drag it across the inner half of my lower lash line. Then I'm going back over everything with the black shadow again, just to make sure it's still really pigmented. Next, I'm taking my Benefit Buoying Concealer and I am just going over any imperfections, any fallout, and I'm also taking this and going underneath the liner to make sure the line looks perfect. Then to finish off the eyeliner, I am extending my inner corner and making it pointed. And then of course I am making sure it connects with the rest of my liner. Levi's eyelid is connected to his eyebrows, so I'm going to start sketching this out using the B16 brush and that first brown color I used from the 35K palette. I'm rounding this out and somewhat following the shape of my own eyelid, but at the outer end I am kind of angling it away from my eyelid and keeping it straight. Now that the eyes are done, it's time to move on to lipstick. I am wearing Bare All from Maybelline, and I find that with this lipstick, it's also important for me to put chapstick on underneath it. I don't know if it's the formula or what, but you need to wear chapstick with this lipstick. But other than that, this is the perfect shade for my skin tone to cancel out my lip color to look more like an anime character. Next, I am taking this brush from the Urban Decay Naked palette and this black from the 35K palette, and I am drawing on Levi's sideburns. I'm just making sure not to apply this right at the outer edge of my face. I'm applying it more towards my cheeks to make it look more natural. And another good thing about this step is that it kind of cancels out the color from my hair that I have there.
Then to finish off, I am spraying my face with Urban Decay's All Nighter Setting Spray. Now I am going to tie my hair up in preparation for putting on my wig. Then I'm putting dozens of bobby pins in my hair so that the hair lays down flat for the wig cap. And I'm pinning down the wig cap. And I totally lied earlier, I am going back in with more makeup. Once I had the wig cap on, I thought my nose contour looked a little bit too dark, so I went back to my contour palette and I grabbed the lightest brown shade and I'm just going over my nose contour to soften it a bit. And then I'm putting on my wig, and it was too hard to try and adjust on camera, so I just went to the bathroom and finished putting it on.
And now I am Levi. I am so happy I was able to film this tutorial. I've just been obsessing over the makeup for this for so many years. It took me a year of practice before I was actually able to wear this makeup out because it was that difficult for me. So it's just, it means so much to me to be able to film this because it was such a challenge, one of the hardest things I've ever done. But I practiced and practiced, and after a year of practice with the gluing of the eyebrows and then the makeup, drawing on these crazy eyebrows, I'm finally able to not only do the makeup, but film a tutorial on it. Thank you so much for watching this. This makeup just means so much to me, and it makes me so happy thinking about people watching this and being inspired by this and being able to replicate this. I could probably talk about Levi, Attack on Titan, and this makeup for hours, so I'm just going to end it here. And subscribe if you're interested in more makeup content, more cosplay stuff, more weird techniques like gluing your eyebrows. I'd love to continue making stuff like this. Alright, and thank you again for watching. Bye guys!